Today we are gonna make a fun little project, and I think this would be, for once, a good one to follow along. Something I saw as a kid but never really interacted with was flower pressing. And right now there are a lot of fun little flowers in the yard, and I wouldn't mind preserving them. So we're gonna take this opportunity to make two flower presses, one of which is going to be a little bit more involved, but will be like a general purpose press. And the other is going to be just a super quick and easy flower press. So let's get into it. So I'm going to use these two scrap pieces of plywood, but you could use any two panels you have on hand. This is going to be the body of the more simple press. To start off with, I'm going to clean these off, and then we can hop into actually fitting everything together. Your pieces don't need to be pretty, they just need to be relatively flat. We're going to use some 1/4-20 hardware. I am out of washers right now, but I would recommend washers if you are putting something like this together. So we are going to drill out a hole that this fits cleanly through, as opposed to threading this into the wood. Drill a hole a little bit bigger than your hardware. And the first thing we're going to do is pick whichever corner you want to and drill through. And there's your first press. Super duper simple, just two panels with your hardware going through, and you tighten it down. So while this is slightly more complicated, it is also going to be made out of scraps. And none of these dimensions need to be exact. The only thing you might not already have on hand is a piece of all thread. You can use whatever thread you want, but the larger it is, the more torque and clamping force you will have in the end. So this piece is going to be your base. Then you have your arms, and then this will go across here, and then we're going to need one more piece to be attached as our plunger. So this is one of our offcuts, and it's going to be our plunger. So what we want to do here is recess this in here, and then drill a hole that this can fit through. That's the way this goes. Because we are going to use some Loctite to keep one nut in place. And this nut will fit through and be able to screw this down. And then we'll provide a tight advantage. So we're going to need some Loctite and some glue. Now, I am going to go rename this piece real quick because I don't like holes incorrectly. And the way this is going to work is that we are going to use some Loctite to keep one nut in place. And this nut go through here and be able to screw this down. And that will provide our clamping action. So we're going to need some Loctite and some glue. And now it's in there. And the way this is going to work is that this nut is free floating. This can spin. And it will go through here. There's the top of our press. And, or no, that's the bottom. And there is our press. And I guess we don't need any washers, but we will need 3 nuts. And we will lock this nut in place as well. We are going to go through real quick and sand everything and make them look nice. Because I want to put this together quickly and easily, I am going to use pocket holes to assemble everything. But if you feel confident in picking a different kind of joinery, I would say 100% go for it. And I have this big old jig because I got suckered into it at one point. You absolutely don't need this giant thing. They make little pocket jig guys or pocket hole jig things that are, I think, $20 or $30. And I found easiest way to do this is put this piece in place, bring this over the side. If you don't have a place, there are a bunch of ways you can do this. And we are just going to use another little off-cut scrap piece and run over the belt sander and shape this up real quick. Now, you could, and I might, add a guide rod on one side to keep this straight as it goes up and down. but I think the fitment there is going to be a little bit more precise. To be honest, I have no idea what any of these are. Some of these I think are going to press a lot better than others. These guys, I think we might actually try submerging in salt and seeing what that does, because I've seen some stuff on drying flowers out that way. So let's find a jar. So unfortunately this salt isn't going to be usable after we do this, aside from other weird science experiments. But I think that's okay. So, boop. Okay, well, that was a heinous amount of salt. So, I think perhaps I will just get silica gel and use that for the other drying experiments. The way this is attached, I don't know where I can cut. Ah, yeah, that's what I thought. These will probably still be pretty flattened. Let me go turn my fan off. It does feel a little bad walking around cutting down flowers, but flowers grow back. They will be okay. This is already pretty dry. I don't know what all will happen to it, but we shall see. So right now I only have the 2 panels, but if you wanted to do multiple at a time, you could just cut another panel and then I need another piece of paper. And put it flat. Might be able to lay these down. At the very least, we're going to try. I've got one leaf that I want to see what happens with. Now, we're going to take this and put it into our press. That's pressed down. And in a couple of days, we'll check back in, see how it's doing.